So I've been trying to start a custom PC business recently, and it's been pretty difficult. In fact, I would say it's failing. But despite that, I've had a few experiences. I built one guy a computer, I cleaned another guy's. I think that's about it. I might have done some other stuff along the side, but now I have a whole plethora of family members asking me to build them computers, which is terrible. Whatever. I'm gonna build you computers if you're watching this, family members. But anyways, this video is to document and show my work cleaning a computer for a friend of mine who I have class with, and his computer was extremely dusty, and you'll see how bad this computer is. But let's just jump right into it, honestly. I have the Premiere project in front of me, and I'll just be watching it. I'll just be commenting as I watch my edit I've been working on today. So here we go. So as you can see, this computer is pretty damn old. It's got that plastic front panel, and it's got these really old cringy stickers. I just took a look inside through this, I don't even know what this, for another disk drive port, and I knew I was getting my hands pretty dirty on this one. I don't even know what that port is for, honestly. I think it's to connect an extra hard drive, but I don't know why you'd want to do that through the front. But yeah, I cracked into this thing. You see it has a fan on the front panel, which is unusual to me. That fan right there is probably the only thing that was trying to keep that thing cold, because 80% of the fans in here were jammed from all the dust that you can see. Absolute rat nest in here. Absolute rat nest. Look at the hard drives. That's a hard drive right there. He was complaining about his camera made a weird noise. He was complaining about his computer running slow. I wonder why. I wonder why it could be running slow. Yeah, I slapped open it. I grabbed the graphics card out. You can see there's gunk all over it, even on the pins himself. I was wondering how this was even running for him at home. As you can see, this thing is dusty. This thing is bad. So I went ahead and vacuumed up the back to keep my station clean, and I worked on trying to get this power supply out. Trying to get that rat nest of wires out of my fucking face, honestly. This was really challenging because the previous owner, whoever put this computer together, kind of just zip-tied stuff willy-nilly everywhere, and it was really hard for me to find where he... I was trying to follow his thought process, but I just could not figure it out. It took me a very long time to do this. But I eventually did get it out. I got these fans out of here. So I think these two fans in the front panel, the plastic one on the front, the side panel of it, those are the only three fans in this whole system that worked. And this is why. There's a family of birds are trying to make a fucking nest right in front of his intake fan on the front. Needless to say, the fan underneath of this thing, completely jammed. Completely fucking jammed. Would not work. I did eventually later, I don't think I show it, but I lubed it up with some machine oil or something, and got it to spin again. So, it wasn't too bad, but yeah, I show it real quickly in this time lapse. Yeah, there's only four there was only 4 screws holding the motherboard in, which was pretty funny, but I guess it's all you need. Yeah, so this was crazy. Look at that. Oh my god. I'm convinced that his cat peed on the top of his computer, or he spilled coffee or something. It took me a while, so I took this off. As you can see, without all the airflow in there, the CPU was sticking to the CPU cooler because of overheating. I'm surprised that this thing was actually capable of staying alive, but that thermal paste needed to be replaced fucking 5 years ago. Luckily, it wasn't too bad, so I was able to just snap it off with a screwdriver, put it in my little case, and cleaning this motherboard was just real difficult. I sat there with a toothbrush and the vacuum cleaner just scrubbing away at that thing forever. Yeah, as you can see, yeah, I'm just sitting there scrubbing it. This, you know what though? This was fun. This was fun to do. I enjoyed doing this. Cracked open his graphics card, cleaned it up. I actually got that. Look, I'm pretty proud of my clean on that. I think I did a pretty good job. I reapplied some thermal paste. I don't know if I actually needed to. It looked okay, but I just did it anyway. Threw in his side panels into my bathtub and just started washing away. I actually did this twice because it was so dirty. I really had to get in there and get those corners and everything. I mean, I guess I didn't need to go as I didn't need to wash it as hard as I did, but for about 24 hours to let that dry. And then I wanted to see what exactly is making it slow. I had suspicions it's because his hard drives were cockeyed in there and weren't mounted, and he said he dropped it, so it's probably his hard drives. And sure enough, it was. When I get this thing all put together, you'll see. I actually do not have footage of me putting the computer back together, of what it looks like after, only before, and that's my bad. I was very tired, and he was getting a little upset because I was taking a while, and that's okay, because I did take a long time doing this, and I had to wait for parts forever. But yeah, when I booted this thing up, it took upwards to like 30 minutes just to boot up. Eventually did. Got into it, opened up Task Manager. First thing I noticed, 100% of his hard drive, of his C drive was being used, which that's not usual when there's no applications open or you're not going, like, there was nothing going on. I was just on the desktop and Task Manager was open. So I opened up File Explorer to go look at how much of his drives has he used up. Sure enough, both of the drives are completely full to the brim, which is definitely contributing to how slow that it was. But I'm sure that they were, the way that they were set up, and he said he dropped it, I went ahead and I recommended him, like any human being with any knowledge about computers would do, recommended him an SSD. But because his system was so old, I eventually talked him into just go ahead and letting me build him just upgrade his computer, upgraded his motherboard, his CPU, and of course I got him SSD. And then I bought him Windows just so he could have a clean slate, because I believe this was his brother's computer. And it was a fun clean. I actually did enjoy it. I'm talking shit about it, but the guy who built this computer, he's going to be probably most likely the first to see this, because I'll send him the link on this empty YouTube channel so far. But yeah, I enjoyed it. We had a lot of fun too. Quick little story to tell before I jump off here. We took it into the college library, and it's not a big deal, but like we were all like stressing about it. So he lives in a dorm, and he didn't have an Ethernet cable or anything to hook up Windows, and I couldn't for the life of me figure out how to use Wi-Fi on Windows setup, and I wanted him to be able to do his own setup. I didn't want to do it for him. So I was asking him. He's like, no, I don't got an Ethernet cable in my dorm. So went to the college campus when I dropped it off to him, and we went to the library, and I was like, hey, can we use one of your Ethernet cables? I'm like, no, you're not allowed to use that. We're not allowed to let students use use the Ethernet cables. Not that's a private network or whatever the hell. And I was like, we got the toolbox in one hand, we got the computer in the other, and we're like, okay, so thanks for letting me know. We go ahead and walk in the library anyways, unplug one of their machines, plug it in, and we're all sitting like trying to do this as fast as we can, looking over our shoulders. You know, the library office doesn't give a fucking shit at all. But yeah, I thought it was like a spec op mission. I'm just sitting there trying to act inconspicuous as we're sitting at the. We actually, you know, those they got the little booths to look up books and crap. We like basically pushed their shit aside and put our stuff on it and tried to use it, and it did work. But yeah, it was like I was sitting there like, we're not allowed to do this, and I was like looking around, trying to see if they'd catch us, and they didn't care. Like when we walked out with the computer, the guy was literally playing like fucking, I think he was playing Balloon Tower Defense on the computer. He didn't give fucking two shits. So yeah, that's all I really have today. I just wanted to share that with the internet and how my PC business is going so far. It's the first video. I have another video of a build I did for a guy that I'll try to get out sooner or later. Pretty slow about this, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Not too exciting, but see ya.